Honey Boo Boo contemplates Mama June's battle with substance abuse and their current relationship. Alana, Honey Boo Boo, Thompson's forthcoming Lifetime biopic, I Was Honey Boo Boo, provided some resolution to the phase of her upbringing during which she observed her mother contend with substance abuse. That period was exceedingly challenging for me as I attempted to transition into high school amidst numerous concurrent events in my life, Thompson, now 19, confides to Us Weekly exclusively. Furthermore, my mother's actions were exceedingly challenging for me. That was likely one of the most challenging experiences to revisit. However, I believe it provided me with a kind of closure, as articulating my thoughts out alleviated some burden, offering a degree of light closure, she remarked. Here Comes Honey Boo Boo was broadcast on TLC from 2012 to 2017, chronicling the life of Thompson, a young beauty pageant participant, and her family, headed by Mother June Mama June Shannon. Upon the inception of the spin-off series, Mama June, From Not to Hot, on WeTV, Shannon commenced her battle with substance abuse. In 2019, she and her then-boyfriend Gino Doak were apprehended for felony narcotics possession shortly after her family conducted an intervention on her behalf. As her mother's addiction intensified, Thompson observed a transformation. I observed her securing her door, and when she locked her bedroom door, it disconcerted me, she stated. However, when she began securing her bedroom and bathroom doors, it further perplexed me. My mother has consistently maintained an open-door policy, allowing us to discuss any topic with her. Although Thompson stated she never experienced hunger, she frequently had to prepare her own dinner. During the peak of her addiction, there were no home-cooked meals, she stated. I had to resolve the situation independently, or I would resort to consuming a bowl of cereal, noodles, or any other dish I could prepare at that moment. Thompson acknowledged that throughout the initial year or two following her mother's sobriety, she harbored concerns regarding potential relapse. Shannon has several years of sobriety, and it is no longer a concern. Nonetheless, it had been an arduous journey, one marked by errors, suffering, rehabilitation, and redemption. Mama June Shannon has ascended from the depths of addiction, heartache, and public scandal. However, nothing could have equipped her for the instant she held a little, writhing newborn in her arms, tears accumulating in her eyes. The cameras operated quietly as the Road to Redemption team documented a moment that had been years in the making. Introduce the infant, June murmured, directing her attention to her youngest daughter, Alana, Honey Boo Boo Thompson, now 19, who stood uncomfortably by the hospital bed, grasping a gift bag and a bouquet of pink carnations. Alana was reluctant to attend. Following the missed birthdays, the deceit, and the prioritization of men over her, trust was not restored instantaneously. However, she experienced an internal rupture upon learning that her mother had given birth to a daughter with her new fiancé, a composed and unassuming guy named David who sought no notoriety. Her name is Hope, June stated gently. Hope Shannon, because it is what she provided to me. I aspire to continue being a commendable mother. That perhaps I am not entirely irredeemable. Alana blinked while biting her lip. You have a considerable distance yet to traverse, she stated, her tone unwavering. However, I will not deceive. She is attractive. June laughed, the sound unfamiliar to her ears after months of stress and therapy sessions. She extended Hope delicately, with trepidation. Do you wish to hold her? Alana exhibited hesitation. Years of trauma separated them. Her mother prioritized drugs, men, and celebrity above her family. However, at that moment, gazing into the expansive blue eyes of her infant sister, eyes that reflected her own, a sense of tenderness emerged. I suppose, she remarked, advancing. Upon cradling the child, a soft coo escaped from the baby. Alana smiled, a genuine smile, for the first time in weeks. Concurrently, producers hastily coordinated efforts behind the scenes. This was not only an infant. This marked a pivotal moment in the narrative of Mama June, Road to Redemption. However, for June, the focus had shifted away from the performance. She observed Alana cradling Hope and recognized that this transcended mere ratings or headlines. It was an opportunity for redemption, not just to improve as a mother, but to enhance my character as an individual. Later that evening, Pumpkin and Jessica arrived with their children, transforming the hospital room into a tumultuous yet joyous amalgamation of toddlers, embraces, and laughter. After several years, the Shannon family was gathered together in one location. Imperfect, unresolved, however, collectively. As the camera receded, June's voice resonated in the background during her confessional. It was a tranquil morning in Georgia, with dew still glistening on the grass outside the Shannon residence. Alana, Honey Boo Boo, Thompson sat on the porch swing, her legs drawn to her chest, with her phone lying idle beside her. The cameras had not yet begun recording. This was a rare moment of silence that felt more profound than any theatrical performance. Inside, Mama June was energetically coordinating with producers, strategizing her forthcoming social media presence, and determining which filter enhanced her youthful looks. However, in this environment, Alana perceived herself as a specter. "She no longer perceives my presence," she murmured softly. "Mother is entirely unfamiliar with me." Alana meticulously organized her Sweet 16 for several months. She desired simplicity, merely her intimate friends, possibly a baked cake from Pumpkin, and a bonfire in the backyard. However, Mama June had alternative intentions. She organized an extravagant party in Atlanta, featuring a hired Lamborghini, impersonated celebrity guests, and a live TikTok stream to enhance her following. Alana arrived in jeans and a hoodie, whilst Mama June made a striking entrance in a sequined gown and fur coat. "Grin for the audience," June shouted. "I am not your brand," Alana said, vanishing into the darkness of the leased mansion. In the evening, Alana resumed journaling, an activity she had not engaged in since the age of 9. She composed letters addressed to Mom, however never delivered them to June. In those messages, she expressed her genuine emotions. "Dear Mama, you persist in referring to me as Honey Boo Boo, as if I remain that young girl participating in pageants. However, I am not. I am evolving, experiencing pain, and acquiring knowledge. You comment on my life as if you are familiar with me, yet you have not inquired about my academic progress. I received AB in chemistry. This is significant for me. However, you were preoccupied with advertising your detox tea offer to observe." She meticulously folded the letter and discreetly placed it beneath her mattress alongside the others. One evening, among a tranquil supper with Pumpkin and Josh, June intruded accompanied by a camera crew. "I proposed we execute a surprise family TikTok collaboration," she exclaimed, brandishing her phone. Alana rose gradually. "Negative, Mother. What do you imply by no? You are passionate about this material. I previously did, during my childhood. However, at this moment, you are unaware of my identity." June blinked, perplexed. "I am indeed familiar with you. You are Honey Boo Boo." Alana approached, her voice quavering. "Negative. My name is Alana. I am 16 years old. I compose poetry. I enjoy melancholic music and iced coffee. I experience anxiety attacks. You failed to achieve any of them. You are so preoccupied with demonstrating your redemption to the world that you have neglected to acknowledge me." For several days, June remained silent. No communications. No ostentatious visits. Only silence. One morning, Alana descended the stairs to discover a plain envelope on the table. Her name was inscribed in Mama June's awkward handwriting. Enclosed was a note. "Dear Alana, I do not yet merit your forgiveness, but I aspire to attain it. Absent of cameras and filters. Only you and I, should you permit me. Affectionately, Mother below, that is a Polaroid." June sat solitary on a park seat, a copy of poetry for teens resting in her lap. They convened a week later, without cameras. A mother and daughter stroll along a serene riverside trail. June exhibited a propensity for listening rather than speaking. She learned about Alana's aspirations, anxieties, and her initial heartache. It was not an instantaneous solution. However, it was authentic. For the first time in years, Alana felt seen. On that summer morning, the Georgia heat was intense, Yet nothing ignited more fervently than the rumors surrounding Mama June's abrupt reappearance in the small village that had witnessed her decline, disappearance, and now, astonishingly, her return. "You all know you missed me," June exclaimed as she emerged from her gleaming SUV, big sunglasses perched on her face, arms extended wide. Cameras illuminated, neighbors saw from behind their curtains, and even Honey Boo Boo, now known as Alana, ceased scrolling on her phone upon witnessing her mother approach the driveway. "You are tardy. Approximately 2 years overdue," Alana remarked icily, with her arms crossed. "Do you believe that mere attendance suffices?" June exhaled audibly. This would not be facile. Mama June had succumbed to turmoil, substance abuse, detrimental relationships, liquidating the family residence, and disappearing from her daughters' lives. Alana was compelled to mature prematurely, taken in by her sister Pumpkin, who assumed the roles of both mother and guardian. In those bleak years, June was adrift, in hotels, courtrooms, and remorse. After reaching her lowest point, she entered rehabilitation, achieved sobriety, and commenced treatment. Nevertheless, nothing pained her more than the loss of her daughters. "I am not here to assume the role of the victim," June stated gently, seated opposite Pumpkin and Alana on the weathered porch swing. "I am here to demonstrate that I have transformed. You are not obligated to forgive me now. Perhaps never. However, I am free from impurities. I am engaged in work. I am no longer the lady I once was." Pumpkin, with baby Bentley cradled on her hip, observed June with a watchful gaze. "Do you wish to re-enter our lives?" "Demonstrate it." "Invariably. You cannot enter and behave as if the past has not occurred." June acquiesced. Equitable. In the ensuing weeks, June consistently appeared in therapy sessions, Alana's cheer contests, and Pumpkin's tumultuous kitchen. She wept when Alana disregarded her, beamed when Bentley referred to her as Nana June, and averted her gaze when newspapers labeled her a farce. One evening, subsequent to a family dinner characterized by uncomfortable silences, Alana accompanied June to her vehicle. "You did not run this time," she stated softly. "No, darling. I have ceased fleeing." Alana presented her with a little bracelet. "I created this at school. It is foolish. However, I often envisioned presenting it to you. I never anticipated receiving this opportunity." June's hands quivered as she accepted it. "It is the most exquisite item I have ever received." Half a year later, the family recorded a new episode. Mama June was not flawless. She occasionally erred, yet she was engaged. While gazing into the camera, cradling Bentley on one knee and a piece of Alana's birthday cake in the other hand, she smiled and remarked, "You all know you missed me." On this occasion, the world acquiesced affirmatively. Nonetheless, it was a muggy summer evening in Georgia, and the Shannon residence was far from tranquil. Alana, commonly referred to as Honey Boo Boo, entered the kitchen with palpable displeasure, her enormous hoodie insufficiently concealing her emotions. She forcefully placed her phone on the counter and stared at her mother. "Mother, are you departing from Gino or not?" she exclaimed, her tone imbued with both concern and youthful insolence. Mama June, seated at the table with a cup of cold coffee and a vacant expression, blinked languidly. Her blonde hair was arranged in a disheveled bun, and she appeared as though she had not rested for several days. "I am uncertain at this moment, dear," June ultimately replied, her tone down. "It is not that straightforward." Alana crossed her arms. "Isn't that straightforward? He has resumed consuming alcohol. You informed Dr. Ish that you have concluded your involvement with men that hinder your progress. You asserted that this occasion was distinct." June's eyes became moist. She was fatigued from battling, fatigued from fleeing, fatigued from feigning. Redemption was a tumultuous journey, fraught with obstacles. "I am aware of my previous statement," June responded, gazing directly into her daughter's eyes. "However, individuals do not eradicate their demons overnight." Lauren Pumpkin glanced into the room, cradling baby Bentley. "Mother, Alana is correct. Gino has not altered. He vanishes for days, returns home inebriated, and offers justifications. You consistently prioritize him over us. We will no longer solicit your assistance. June rose, her hands quivering. I am not selecting him. I am attempting to rectify this. Do you not perceive that I am also fractured? Pumpkin approached nearer. Then allow us to assist in your restoration. However, we cannot proceed if he remains present. Gino does not desire your cleanliness. He does not desire your happiness. Unexpectedly, a knock resounded on the door. Gino, unsteady and inebriated, clutched a bottle of inexpensive whiskey. June, darling, please. I made an error. I love you. June gazed at him through the screen door. Her daughters positioned themselves behind her, silent, resolute, anticipating. This was the moment, the decisive moment. June pivoted, glanced at Alana and Pumpkin, and then redirected her gaze to Gino. No, she articulated, her tone unambiguous. I will no longer engage in this. She opened the door, presented him with a packed duffel bag, and closed it behind him silently. The residence became quiet. Alana sprinted to her mother and embraced her fervently. I was aware of your potential, mother. June collapsed, weeping in her daughter's embrace. Redemption is not a linear journey, she murmured. However, I ultimately made the initial right turn. Gino stumbled into the night. Within, a mother and her daughters starting anew. Greetings, esteemed viewers. Welcome to my channel. I am Zara. I hope your day is going well. If you like the video, please remember to subscribe to the channel.